I was born with nothing. No family, no friends, and for the longest time, no one who cared about me. From the moment I was born, the village saw me as a curse, a monster. They didn't see me for who I was. I was just a nine-tail sealed inside of me. They hated me, feared me, and rejected me at every turn. I grew up alone, abandoned by those who should have been my family, and I had to learn to survive on my own. I didn't have anyone to turn to. People looked at me with disgust, like I didn't belong. But despite all that, I never gave up. I could have let their hate consume me. I could have turned into a villain, seeking revenge for the pain they caused me. But deep down, I knew that if I did that, I'd be no better than the people who treated me like I didn't matter. I knew there had to be another way. So, instead of turning my anger on others, I decided to use it as fuel to become better. To push myself harder, to show them that I wasn't just the demon they thought I was. I had to prove that I had a dream, a purpose. I wasn't just some monster. I was someone who could stand tall and make a difference. I remember when I first started training, everyone thought I was a joke. They laughed at me, said I'd never amount to anything. But that didn't stop me. I worked harder than anyone else. Every time I failed, I didn't give up. Every time I was knocked down, I got back up. I put in hours of training, sometimes until I couldn't stand anymore, until my body ached and my mind was ready to break. I wasn't born a genius. I wasn't handed anything, but I knew that if I kept pushing forward, if I kept believing in myself, I would get stronger. I'd show everyone that I could do it, that I wasn't just some kid with dreams, but someone who could make those dreams come true. I was determined to never stop, no matter how many times they told me I was worthless, no matter how many times they turned their backs on me. I kept going because I knew I wasn't just training for myself. I was training for the future, for the people I wanted to protect. I wasn't going to let my past decide who I was going to be. I was going to make my future, and I wasn't going to let anything get in my way. And even though I kept pushing forward, it wasn't easy. I still faced a lot of pain. The hate I felt from others, the loneliness that seemed to never go away, the constant reminder that I was different from everyone else. It was also overwhelming at times, but I chose to use that pain to grow. I turned it into strength, and I used it to become someone who could protect others. I could have easily gone down a different path, a darker path, the path of revenge. I could have let the anger and hatred that people showed me shape my heart into something cruel, but I didn't. I realized that the more I clung to hate, the more it would destroy me. Hatred only brings more pain, and I didn't want that. I didn't want to be like the people who hurt me. I wanted to show them a different way, the way of forgiveness, the way of understanding, the way of moving forward instead of dwelling on the past. The more I kept going, the more I realized something else. I wasn't truly alone. Sure, people turned their backs on me, but there were others who saw me for who I really was. There were people like Iruka-sensei who believed in me when no one else did. He showed me that I wasn't worthless, that I had value. And the more I opened up, the more I realized I wasn't the only one who had been hurt. I started to make connections, and the more I connected with others, the more I understood. Pain was something we all felt, but it didn't have to define us. It didn't have to control us. Through my friends, Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi-sensei, and all the others, I learned that the bonds we create with others are the real source of strength. When we fight for each other, when we support one another, we can overcome anything. Together, we're stronger than we could ever be alone. That's why I never became a villain. I could have let my hatred take over, but I realized that the true power is in choosing to protect, to heal, to help others. The pain I felt didn't have to make me bitter. It could make me stronger, and it could help me understand others who were hurting too. When I faced people like Gaara, But when I saw the pain in Sasuke's eyes, I understood them because I had been there. I knew what it felt like to lose everything, to feel abandoned and alone. But I also knew that we didn't have to keep suffering. We could rise above it. We could change.